Spiritual myths and untruths about money. Many spiritual myths and untruths about money have shaped human perception over centuries, influencing beliefs about wealth, scarcity, and spiritual growth. These misconceptions can create mental and emotional barriers to prosperity, encouraging unhealthy attitudes towards money. By unraveling these myths, we can better understand the true relationship between spirituality and wealth. Below are some of the most common spiritual myths about money, along with their debunked truths. 1. Money is the root of all evil. The myth. The phrase "money is the root of all evil" is a misquote of the biblical passage, "For the love of money is the root of all evil." 1 Timothy 6 verse 10. This myth suggests that the pursuit of wealth inherently corrupts and leads to evil, promoting the idea that money itself is bad or immoral. The truth. Money, in itself, is neutral. It is a medium of exchange and a tool for achieving various purposes, both positive and negative. What truly matters is the intention behind its use. The desire to amass wealth driven by greed, selfishness, or dishonesty can indeed lead to harm, but money used with good intentions, such as for charity, personal growth, and societal benefit, has the potential to do great good. The love of money, not money itself, is what can corrupt. 2. Wealth is only for the lucky or privileged. The myth. This myth posits that wealth is determined by luck, chance, or being born into privilege, implying that people who are poor or not wealthy simply weren't chosen to be rich. This belief fosters a sense of hopelessness, making people feel that financial prosperity is out of their control. The truth. While luck, privilege, and birth circumstances may play a role in the opportunities available to an individual, wealth creation is also influenced by effort, skills, knowledge, and mindset. Spiritual teachings often emphasize the power of intention, perseverance, and creative thinking in manifesting abundance. With a growth mindset and the application of wisdom, anyone can create wealth, regardless of their starting point. 3. You have to suffer to be spiritual. The myth. This myth suggests that spiritual growth is inextricably tied to suffering, pain, or deprivation. Some believe that material wealth and comfort are distractions that hinder spiritual enlightenment, and therefore, one must live in poverty or endure hardship to grow spiritually. The truth. Suffering is a part of the human experience, but it is not necessary for spiritual growth. Many spiritual traditions highlight that spiritual development is about inner peace, self-awareness, and alignment with one's higher purpose. Abundance, prosperity, and comfort are not inherently against spiritual growth. In fact, many enlightened beings and spiritual teachers have shown that material success can coexist with spiritual wisdom, as long as the individual maintains balance and compassion. 4. Money is a spiritual block or negative energy. The myth. In some spiritual systems, money is viewed as a form of negative energy, or a low vibration, because it is associated with materialism, greed, and selfishness. This myth can lead to guilt or shame about desiring or accumulating wealth, causing people to distance themselves from financial prosperity. The truth. Money itself is simply energy, just like everything else in the universe. The negative energy is not inherent in money, but rather in how one relates to it. Money can be a tool for good when used with a spirit of generosity, care, and responsibility. The key is to approach money with an open heart and a balanced mind, using it to create positive change, support others, and enrich your own life. 5. Only spiritual people should be poor. The myth. This myth asserts that those who are spiritually enlightened or connected should live in poverty or simplicity, implying that wealth is inherently distracting or corrupting to one's spiritual path. It suggests that material success is incompatible with spiritual fulfillment. The truth. Spirituality and wealth are not mutually exclusive. The belief that spiritual people must be poor overlooks the countless spiritual teachers, healers, and leaders who were wealthy, or who used their wealth to make a difference in the world. The true essence of spirituality lies in consciousness, not in material possessions. A spiritually aware person can accumulate wealth, live comfortably, and still contribute positively to society and the world. 6. Wealth is only about accumulating more. The myth. This myth implies that wealth is only valuable in terms of how much one can accumulate. It promotes the mindset that more is always better, pushing individuals to chase endless growth, often at the expense of their well-being, relationships, and ethical values. The truth. True wealth is about more than just material accumulation. It encompasses emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. Spiritual teachings often emphasize balance and moderation. Abundance is about the quality of life, not the quantity of things. Wealth, when it is seen holistically, includes health, love, peace of mind, and the ability to positively impact others. 7. Money can't buy happiness, so it should be avoided. The myth. This myth suggests that money is irrelevant to happiness, and should be avoided because it doesn't bring true fulfillment. It creates an environment of guilt or avoidance around money and prosperity, based on the belief that wealth only leads to emptiness. The truth. While money alone cannot guarantee happiness, it can significantly improve one's quality of life. It can alleviate stress, provide security, and open doors to meaningful experiences. The key is recognizing that money is not the end goal, but a tool that can support the pursuit of happiness. It enables one to enjoy life's pleasures, invest in personal growth, and contribute to the well-being of others. 8. You must give up your material desires to be spiritually fulfilled. The myth. This myth suggests that material desires, such as the desire for wealth, possessions, or success, must be abandoned to reach spiritual enlightenment. This view often leads to guilt or shame about desiring anything beyond basic needs. The truth. Desire, in and of itself, is not wrong. Spiritual growth is about understanding and managing desire rather than rejecting it altogether. Material desires become problematic when they lead to attachment, greed, or a sense of lack. True spiritual fulfillment involves recognizing the impermanence of material things while still appreciating and using them responsibly. Desires can be channeled towards higher purposes, such as creating a better world or fulfilling one's potential. 9. Financial abundance means you are selfish. The myth. This myth associates wealth with selfishness, suggesting that wealthy individuals are often greedy, self-serving, or unconcerned about others. It implies that anyone who acquires significant wealth must be morally compromised or indifferent to others' needs. The truth. Financial abundance does not necessarily equate to selfishness. In fact, many wealthy individuals contribute extensively to charitable causes and societal well-being. The true measure of wealth is how it is used. Spiritual teachings often emphasize generosity and service to others. Abundant people, who are spiritually aligned, use their resources to uplift others and support causes they believe in. 10. Being financially successful means losing your spiritual integrity. The myth. This myth asserts that financial success inevitably leads to a loss of spiritual integrity, implying that wealth corrupts and causes people to compromise their values. It suggests that those who are spiritually fulfilled must live without excess and avoid the pursuit of material wealth. The truth. Spiritual integrity and financial success are not incompatible. Financial success can be achieved while maintaining a high level of ethical conduct, honesty, and service to others. Many spiritual traditions highlight that a person's actions, not their material possessions, determine their integrity. One can use wealth for good purposes, such as supporting one's family, helping others, or funding initiatives that align with spiritual values. 11. You must be humble and avoid desire to attract abundance. The myth. This myth suggests that humility involves avoiding desires for financial success or material possessions altogether. It promotes the idea that desiring anything, including wealth, is a form of arrogance or spiritual pride. The truth. Humility is about understanding one's true nature and not becoming attached to material things. It is possible to have desires for abundance without being driven by ego or materialism. Spiritual growth involves balancing humility with a healthy recognition of one's needs and desires. Seeking abundance is not about ego or pride, it is about fulfilling one's potential and using wealth responsibly. Understanding the spiritual truths about money. Spiritual myths and untruths about money have long shaped our perceptions of wealth, often creating limiting beliefs that hinder prosperity and growth. However, by recognizing these myths and embracing the truth that money is a neutral tool that can be used to create abundance, joy, and positive impact, we can transform our relationship with wealth. True spiritual fulfillment involves aligning material success with higher values, using money as a force for good while maintaining inner peace, generosity, and balance.